the official Adventures of Aquaman. Few know the real history of Aquaman, king of the seven seas. Now, a strange coincidence jogs the memory of his maritime majesty as he recalls his secret origin. Now, hear the true story of how Aquaman got his powers. Dawn on the ocean, and a storm-tossed cargo ship struggles against mountainous waves, when suddenly...
Captain, lightning has struck the forward cargo area.
What? Let's go. Take over the bridge, Mr. Jenkins.
Yes, sir. Cargo hold number 2 is on fire.
We've got to keep it from reaching hold number 1. It's filled with a rare new chemical poison. If the containers burn open and the poison spills out, we may all be in danger. This entire ocean area will be contaminated.
I know that, sir. But all passages to that area are ablaze. Look, sir. You can see for yourself. We cannot get through. What are we going to do?
But luckily, not far away, 2 familiar figures patrol the stormy waves on the backs of 2 speedy porpoises.
Aquaman, look! There's a ship on fire over there. It looks like a cargo ship.
I see it, Aqualad. There's no time to lose. Let's go.
Quickly obeying Aquaman's orders, the porpoises carry the King of the Sea and his young assistant to the stricken ship, where they hear the terrible news from the captain.
It's no use, Aquaman. That fire's spreading faster than we can control it.
Great guppies. If this area is contaminated by that poison, thousands of our fish friends will die. Aquaman, we must do something.
Don't worry, Aqualad. We will. Captain, I have an idea that may work. Follow me, Aqualad. Over the side.
They're diving back into the water. What are they going to do?
I don't know, but I wonder if even Aquaman can get us out of this jam.
Plunging back into the sea, Aquaman uses his fantastic power, communicating by telepathy with the creatures of the deep, to call a school of whales to the side of the burning ship. Lining them up alongside, he orders them to use their spouts like fire hoses, turning them on the blazing ship's deck. Standing on the back of a whale, Aquaman directs the fight.
It's working, Aquaman.
Yes. Whale spouts will keep the fire from spreading. They can't reach the blazing interior of the holds where that poison is stored. Where are those swordfish?
Here they come now, Aquaman.
Good. Since the ship's passageways to the hold are still blocked, I'm ordering the swordfish to cut a new opening in the hull from the waterline.
They're doing it. Good work, fellas.
Yes, and here come our octopus friends.
What will they do?
Just watch, Aqualad. Now that the swordfish have opened up a way into that hole, the octopus can climb in there.
And get those cartons out safely.
That's right. You see, they're passing them out now to each other, tentacle over tentacle. Here, help me place them on the backs of these whales. That's it, fellas. Gently. Make sure none of them breaks open.
But the poison! Those boxes might fall off in this rough sea.
Not quite. Look over there.
Eels!
Yes. Those eels will form themselves into long strands and lash the boxes down securely on the backs of these whales. That's it. Good work, eels.
How about that?
It's working fine, Captain. Can you see?
Yes, it's a miracle, Aquaman. Those fish, they understand you.
Of course. These whales can carry your dangerous cargo safely now. Will you be able to return to port under your own steam?
I think so. We've got the fire under control now, thanks to you.
Aqualad, you stay with the ship and guide the whales into port right after her. Have you got your bearings?
Why, yes. There should be a beacon and a lighthouse near here.
Yes, about 15 miles south-southeast.
Say, I just remembered. Isn't that the old lighthouse? The one that you...
Never mind, Aqualad. Now, take care of these whales. I'm going to finish patrolling this area.
Leaping onto the back of his waiting porpoise, Aquaman speeds off, swiftly covering the area of the storm to make sure there are no other dangers, when his eye catches a distant speck on a lonely island.
There it is, the old lighthouse. Strange how I seem to avoid this area of the sea. And I was pretty rude to the lad when he mentioned it. I guess it brings back some painful memories.
And lost in thought, Aquaman recalls the memories of the old lighthouse, back in time, more than 20 years ago, to the story told to him by his father, Tom Curry, the keeper of that old lighthouse. A story that began during another storm in these same waters. A dark and raging hurricane at sea, with the lonely lighthouse keeper holding his solitary vigil, his only thought to keep his light burning through the long night. When suddenly, he spotted an unbelievable sight, appearing, then disappearing from the path of his light on the crest of a wave far below.
That's impossible. A girl on a raft out there. How could she survive those pounding waves? I can't believe it. I'd better make sure.
Curry descended to the base of the lighthouse and found it was true. When the raft was driven onto the island, he rescued the girl from the sea that had almost claimed her.
Who are you? How did you stay on that raft through this hurricane?
My name is Atlanta.
Were you on a ship? Where did you come from?
I come from far away. I cannot tell you more now, but I am glad to be here. Thank you.
Atlanta? Oh, she's passed out. I must get her inside, dry and warm. By heaven, she's a beautiful girl, too.
Under Tom Curry's gentle care, the girl recovered. For two lonely people, a friendship grew into love. Shortly, they were married. A year later, a son was born, whom they named Arthur. There on the lonely island, their happiness grew together. But there was still a strange barrier between them. There was something different about Atlanta.
Why does she sit there for hours, with the baby in her arms, staring at the sea? Why hasn't she told me where she came from? It's very mysterious.
But this was not the only mystery. One day, when the baby was only 10 months old, Tom was shocked to see Atlanta in the water with the baby at her side.
Atlanta, what are you doing?
It's all right, Tom. See how well he swims.
Great Neptune! He's like a fish. Swims better than I do. But how?
And one day, when little Arthur was 2 years old, he fell from the rocky shore into the ocean.
The baby, he's fallen in. He's gone under.
Don't worry, dear. He'll be all right.
Are you mad? I've got to save him.
His father frantically dove in looking for the boy, but he was unable to find him. After minutes of desperate diving, searching the bottom, an astonishing sight greeted the frantic man.
The boy, sitting on the bottom. He's alive, playing with a turtle and seashells. But how could he stay down so long? Oh, no! Over there, a shark, coming straight at Arthur. I haven't got a weapon, and I can't stay down here much longer. What? I don't believe it. Arthur and the shark, they're playing together like friends.
Atlanta, you must tell me. I have to know the truth. Why does our boy have this strange link with the sea and its creatures? What is he?
Tom, I promise I'll tell you. Very soon, but not now.
The sad day came sooner than Tom Curry wished. His young wife, Atlanta, had been growing ill for months. Nothing could be done to help her.
Tom, there is very little time. and so much to tell you. So much that you must do after I'm gone.
No, Atlanta.
Shh, Tom, listen. I come from Atlantis, a continent that sank into the sea ages ago. Our people had to adapt to a watery existence. And gradually, we became like fish, capable of all underwater feats. I was happy there, but I had a constant curiosity, a desire to visit the upper earth. One day I was caught trying to escape. The punishment was swift and final. I was sentenced to permanent exile, to go forth and live in the upper world I was so anxious to visit, never to return.
Oh, my poor darling.
Our son has inherited my ability to live underwater, the power to communicate with sea creatures and perform great tasks in the oceans. But he must work hard to perfect his skill. And you must help him. He can become the ruler of the oceans.
Once again, Aquaman's thoughts returned to the years of training he had undergone.
How well I remember. After Mother died, Father built a big tank and stocked it with sea creatures. But nothing came easy, or without peril.
Remember what your mother said, son. You can and must control these sea creatures. Now, jump in there and do it.
But how, Father? I don't think I can.
Now, don't be afraid, son. Control them, and you'll be king of the 7 seas.
Well, here goes.
But the second I entered the tank, 3 giant swordfish, frightened and angered by my presence, rushed at me.
They're coming straight at me. How can I stop them?
Suddenly, as if by pure instinct, I held out my hand, as if to command them.
They stopped. I did it. I controlled the fish by telepathy. This is the turning point. I can communicate with fish through a 6th sense.
Then I could wait no longer. I went out into the ocean, ranging far and wide to test my new powers. I called giant rays and squid to my side. I had porpoises to carry me wherever I wanted to go in the ocean. Octopus and shark, they all understood my commands. I spread my thoughts among fish throughout the 7 seas, that my purpose was to help them. And the word spread. In a month's time, every sea creature came to do me homage. As I stood below the surface on a rocky ledge to review them, they paraded past me in a chain that ran on for days, pledging me total loyalty. Oh, yes, how well I remember.
And as the silent Aquaman thoughtfully gazes across the vast stretches of the deep seas that are his home, he realizes how his mother's words have come true, and why he is today the ruler of all the oceans.